30th Jan, first case of COVID reported in India. India was preparing for the brace as we foretold. India went to a lockdown in March 2020. Of all the sectors that took jolt, education was one of the most important one. India was not prepared for online classes, online systems that could not reach out the millions across the cities, villages, rivers, and mountains. There was anxiety all around the issue as to when the lockdown will extend and when one can lead a normal life. Though most of the academic year was coming to an end by March. However, the initial phase of the lockdown for the educational sector was especially challenging for the children progressing to the career-oriented classes and also teaching faculty. Over the months from June to December, India witnessed a quite revolution where in digital educational platforms emerged and classes begin in online mode. By the end of academic year 2021, India was stabilizing the educational sector when the second wave struck and again destabilized the continuity of the classes. However, this did not last long. Now, within the vaccination in the progress at almost all the states in various stages and controlled achievement by the administration on the spread of the COVID-19 cases of the major question that is in front of us, when and how to open our educational system. I welcome all the esteemed guests for the most relevant and pertinent topic that lingers around all the state of the society as what are the pros and cons of the opening up our schools. Let me introduce our guest panels. Let me start with the first one. Okay. Shivani ma'am. Shivani ma'am, are you there?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Yes, I'm there, Niharika ma'am. Thank you for this opportunity. I am principal of Flamingo Pre-Primary School and looking forward for this debate. Thank you.
Yeah. Sonia ma'am, please go ahead.
Good evening. Yeah, I just saw that. Good evening, everyone. I am Mrs. Sonia Mishra. I have been in the education sector for about 20 years now. I've also worked as principal of Army School and other schools. I've been this thing. Right now, I'm working with Extra Marks Education as their training head. And I'm very passionate about education. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity to come on this platform.
So nice of you, ma'am. Yeah. We have Shivani Das ma'am. Yeah, Shivani ma'am, please.
Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. I'm Shivani. Presently, I'm working as a principal of Century Army Pre-Primary School. And I'm really looking forward to gain some knowledge from this webinar. And I hope that it might, help us also with the starting of the school. We might be able to, have a more broad view about of different personalities. So definitely going to gain something, and definitely we are going to share our thoughts and views over here. Thank you, Niharika ma'am, for giving this opportunity to be a part of this webinar. Thank you so much.
Pleasure, ma'am. Pooja ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Myself is Pooja. I am an activity coordinator in Jesus Sacred Heart School. It's been 12 years almost that I'm in this education sector. I'm feeling very pleased to be the part of this event because it's been long that I was wanting to be there with Rahul because his efforts, I really always appreciated the way he has explored himself during this pandemic. Sort of a set example for every child who has some or other excuses during this COVID. So really looking forward for a very healthy conversation with all the dignitaries over here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, ma'am, could you switch on your camera, ma'am? Nikita ma'am?
Yeah, my camera is already on only.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, ma'am, it got off some, yeah, ma'am. It was on, ma'am. You can continue, ma'am.
Now the video.
No, ma'am, you are muted as well as camera is also off. I can see, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Now it is okay, ma'am. Ma'am, you are muted. No, ma'am, we can't listen. Yeah, ma'am. Yeah. No, ma'am. Sorry to say, ma'am, again, I'm unable. Ma'am, you are muted again. Yeah, ma'am.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
Okay. So this is Nikita Kothari, principal of Arunodaya Public School. Pleased to meet everyone. 10 years of experience. I was a former techno, and great to share that even during the pandemic time, in my school we conducted NEET exam last year. My
Okay.
school was a center for NEET exam.
Ma'am, sorry to say, but I'm unable to listen. What about others? I don't know.
Is it?
Ma'am,
No, it is
yeah,
not muted.
yeah, now it is okay, ma'am.
Now it is
Yeah, ma'am.
unmuted.
Please go ahead.
So this is the principal of Arunodaya Public School, Mrs. Nikita Kothari. Sorry for the trouble. I have 27 years of experience, and currently in my school, the compartment examinations are going on. And last year also NEET examination physically happened in my school. This year also, my school is a center for NEET examination. So I'm
So
very
that
proud to
means, ma'am,
say.
you have a better exposure or whatever you can take it, that you have seen the
Correct.
vision of COVID as everyone is
Correct.
physically present over there. So you can tell us better way.
Yes, in a better way. So I definitely want to share my inputs looking ahead for the session.
Yeah.
Thank you, Niharika, for calling me on this.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Pleasure us. So let me tell you, I will be asking a few questions to you all. So wherever you feel that you are have a better opinion, you can please place your answers one by one. So shall we start?
Yes.
Rahul, shall we start?
I'm so sorry for interfering. Yeah, please start.
Are the number of cases, my first question is, are the number of cases in the area low enough to school to reopen?
Can I answer this?
Yeah, ma'am, please.
See, ma'am, I've seen COVID very closely, and
Yeah.
I have been to various countries also, even during the pandemic time. I visited different parts of country. I visited Chandigarh, Delhi, Goa, many other places, Rajasthan, Bangalore. So I look at everywhere and I see the news. I'm a vivid reader. I see Israel is open. I see US is open. There are many other educators which I connected with during the pandemic time, and those teachers are in very well touch with me. I feel that it's very pathetic state in India, especially in Mumbai, that we have yet not begun with our schools. The children want to come to school. Imagine the plight of students who are in nursery. They have not seen the school. So the
Agree with you.
number we will have to live with COVID. Having said that, our teachers should be vaccinated. We should follow proper guidelines, SOPs, our teachers, our housekeeping staff. The number doesn't matter. We have to live with it. We have to be strong. We have to make our immune system strong. Again, there is a news that the COVID cases are rising up. I am a science student and I'm going to discuss this in my further discussion. So it doesn't matter. I think the school should begin at least for 9, 10, 11, 12. They are missing out a lot.
Okay. Pooja ma'am, what is your opinion?
Yes, Niharika ma'am, I'm totally agree with ma'am. She has rightly said that yes, this is the time wherein we need to live with this problem, right? But I don't know at every stage of this evolving pandemic, like in most of the communities, the school reopening has been an afterthought, not a priority. I would rather say everybody asks the question that school should reopen or not, whereas everything aside or beside us is happening very smoothly. Of course, yes, COVID-19, it is sort of wreaking havoc in the lives of every child, the youngsters everywhere. But of course, yes, we need to agree with this thing that this is the disruption of learning, and we should not give any second thought of reopening the school. So I totally agree with ma'am that yes, it should be there, uh, irrespectively of this thought that yes, what the cases are going ahead.
Ma'am,
If
I
there
understand, like Pooja, Nikita ma'am said, you are also saying the same thing, the school should open. But kids are not vaccinated till yet.
uh,
Ma'am,
yeah, yes, ma'am, please.
yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am, you want to?
Ma'am,
Yes,
can I put in a word here? See, you're very right that the kids have not been vaccinated, but the dilemma here is salvaging whatever academic year we can salvage. We can use supportive measures. Other countries also, if we go in for other countries, they have also started. Everywhere the same thing is happening. But they have taken the step because the education process right now has suffered quite a lot. So we have to take that step somehow to overcome this thing, and maybe we can start in a staggered manner. But the education process which has suffered during the last 2 years, we definitely need to salvage it now, because the thing is gone. And India has a lot of inequities. So in the metro cities the children are still studying, but in the remote areas where we do not have these good facilities as we have, like internet and e-learning, how many government schools are able to do that? So we have to look at that picture, that scenario also, that schools are. So I am also quite agreeing with the ma'am that we, Pooja ma'am and ma'am
Nikita
Nikita
ma'am.
ma'am, that we kind of should go in for reopening of school. However, protective measures, we have to definitely ensure that protective measures are taken. But yes, maybe in a staggered manner, we should look into that thing that schools should open.
And
Ma'am,
adding
I
to,
need to interrupt here. I'm so sorry. I completely agree with all the three,
Panelists.
viewers,
Panelists.
panelists, whatever. I'm really sorry.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
as ma'am said that we somehow at one point of time, ma'am, we have to open. And there is no 100% guarantee, even you are vaccinated twice or whatever, that you will not have COVID. There are cases after having both the doses, the people are having still having COVID. So we
Yeah.
can't be assured, yeah, okay, that now we are fully vaccinated, everybody is at the safe end. So it is not, ma'am, 100% cure vaccination. So we need to take, in account all the other precautionary measures in regard to COVID. We need to follow all the protocols because someday or the other day we have to open the school, whether the kids or the adults are fully vaccinated or not. So and we need to develop our immunity system also, ma'am. है ना, वो
yes,
घर में बच्चे
correct.
को बचा के रखेंगे तो आप हवा नहीं लगाएंगे तो he will definitely have his weak system of immunization. So it's better that let them expose and उनका जो the we should give them the food which will develop their immunity system. So we should focus on these areas also. We are just focusing that till the time the vaccination will come, we will not send our kids to school. We are just sitting in what we are doing at home for their immunity thing. So at one thing, though, we are focusing on a major role, and the other parts we are just lacking behind. So we need to take everything in at one platform. We need to look forward for the better things. So we might think if we'll not start thinking that we have to open the school, so everybody will be like this. Okay, let's wait for the vaccination. Like they were talking, the other countries they have opened, and still there are cases, ma'am. India has not stopped with the cases. Every day it is increasing day by day, whether you're going to school or sitting at home. So that is my point that we have to start somehow taking into account all the precautionary measures.
Agreed with
Adding to
you.
what
I'm
you said, ma'am, adding to
जरूर
what you said is the markets are open, the malls are open, the streets
Ma'am,
are open.
yeah, Nikita ma'am, let me
Exactly.
interrupt you 1 minute. Ma'am, parents are taking children to everywhere. but they are
everywhere.
not ready to send towards the school. They are saying, no,
Yes.
no, COVID is there, we can't. They are ready to
And
take
they're
the
going everywhere. They're going, you see trains are full, you see buses are full, you see roads are full, everywhere. You go to
Yes.
malls, everything is open. You go to
Yes,
the
ma'am.
market, just market, it is a fish market, you'll see everywhere, people, crowds and all. And only in schools they get COVID. I do not know. This is seriously pathetic situation, what we have come to. The schools are scapegoat, the principals are scapegoat, and the education of India is at a plight, I feel. You know, all other countries have opened except India, and Mumbai especially. Mumbai, Thane. I'm very sad to say it's not open till now.
Ma'am, I would just like to make a point that not just the education system is having problems. I think it's the overall development of the child which is also being suffered. Somewhere the children used to come to the school and there were other extracurricular activities which used to happen. Now, staying at home, I think it's not possible for the parents to give them that platform where they can, maybe go with the celebrations and all the other sports things which we used to have. So I think somewhere or the other, they are really missing their childhood time, and especially the bonding which they used to share within their peers. That is major missing, and major learning time of theirs is being actually somewhere it's just lost. So I think it's very important for us to now open the school. It's becoming difficult day by
I
day.
agree with you,
That
ma'am.
is what I feel.
Very true, ma'am. So shall we proceed for the next one? Good evening, Bhavana ma'am. You have joined us. She's muted. Okay. Okay. My second question is, when and how will masks be required, and how will the school system support to make use of masks?
Okay, I would add on here, Niharika ma'am. See,
Yeah, ma'am.
parents need to understand this thing, that it's not only their part. The schools are equally doing robust investment for for the safety measures of the students, because they equally know that they need to be there. They equally know that students, they need to study, and school is the perfect place for their learning, right? And not only this, the school workforce is also being trained enough for all these safety measures. You may talk about anything. If I just simply say, government has also said that HVAC settings should be there in the schools, like all those heating, ventilation, and air conditioning setting. Right? And they need to know, the school system also need to know. Here comes the role of school system. Why the question always comes on schools, because sometimes schools, they don't come out with their facilities, and sometimes some of the schools, they just come out with the overall picture, but they don't implement the things. So here comes the role of school. They need to, whatever they are showing, they need to implement it equally, right? So whatever the systems they are providing for the safety measures for their students, they need to explore it more. And of course, yes, they need to ensure that physical distancing should be maintained in the schools. Hand and hygienic practices should also be there. And not only this, as you just said, that what sort of masks the children need to use and wear. Of course, yes, on priority, what I feel like on priority, they need to use masks in sports ground as well, whereas they don't use. They have different, views that,
Let me interrupt you,
while
ma'am.
they
Let me
use, they
interrupt
don't
you,
get
Pooja, ma'am.
recognized, they don't need to use it or some or other ways. But there are many sort of, alternatives which can be used for this. We can use surely a double doctor mask if somebody is uncomfortable, and cotton mask wherever, if collective crowd is there, a sort of cluster crowd, right? Of course, yes, their cotton mask is the best one. So the student, they can, of course, yes, use such things for their safety measures. And equally, the role comes of the teachers, that they need to ensure this, that all the safety measures are being taken enough there.
Adding to what ma'am said, is mask is going to be a part of your attire, what you're going to wear. So whatever you are wearing, uniform, it is going to be a part of your uniform. And as I told you, as I just shared, that my school, is the center for NEET examination. The students are coming to school for giving the examination and compartment examination. So we have to maintain proper SOPs. That means SOPs has to be maintained. Standard SOPs, we have been given training by CBSE that what kind of things, preparedness for schools to restart. As I was being an observer by CBSE to different schools and colleges, so 12th standard students had practical examinations, physical. So visiting different schools, seeing the schools, children coming to school and then performing their practicals. So we as school principals maintained all SOPs. The school classrooms had to be sanitized with hypochlorite. Sanitizers were kept at each and every corner. Masks were mandatory. We had given them proper instructions that distance should be maintained. No crowding was allowed. No clustering was allowed. Peacefully, in a staggered manner, the child completed the practical examination. Observer came, the examiner came, asked viva questions, and the children left in a very wonderful, very beautifully, very systematically disciplined manner. So if we can implement, we can definitely implement. So, but the thing is, very honestly on the webinar, I'm going to say that our politicians need to take a call, need to understand that education is not a joke. Education is a must. It is the future which we are building. The nation builders are teachers, and we need to stand now because it's going to be very late. So this is my say on it.
Ma'am, I would like to say that
Yeah,
using
ma'am.
of mask, what I feel in one line, that it will not increase or decrease the chance of getting sick if you get exposed to COVID. I think it's a comprehensive measure to suppress the virus or suppress the transmission. So it should be mandatory. It will not, save you. It is just a comprehensive measure.
Okay. Yes. Anyone like to add on something, or should I proceed?
Niharika ma'am, just one more thing. Like, of course, yes. Yeah, I guess ma'am is here.
Yeah, ma'am.
Shalini ma'am is here. Good
Hi,
evening,
good evening,
Shalini.
everybody. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry I got stuck. Sincere apologies.
Hear
No,
from
no, ma'am,
Shalini.
please. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yeah. So, ma'am, my next question is, will hand washing stations or hand sanitizer be available throughout the school? When will the children require wash their hands?
I feel, this is a part and parcel of our lives as our elders. When they would come home, they would keep their chappals on one side, they would wash their legs, and they would wash their hands and then come
And in
inside.
the house, mother are responsible for everything, but in schools, you are the one
Yes,
who are have
yes.
to take care of everything.
We're looking
Because
at that.
if you will not take the parents in the confidence, they will not send their children.
Exactly. So this is must. These are some cleanliness habits. We teach them in grade 1, grade 2, senior KG, wash your hands. So it's some
They
Ma'am,
used to sing the
COVID-19
song
has
also.
already
They used to sing
taught
the
us so
song
many
also.
things.
so many
Ma'am,
things.
COVID-19 has already taught us so many things. So this is a
Yeah.
part of this. If we have to follow, then
Ma'am,
we
and
have to
as it
follow.
is,
There's no choice.
and
It
and
is,
as
it
it
is,
is,
it
we
is
are,
the biggest teacher. Sorry, ma'am.
yeah.
Yes,
I just was wanting to say that COVID-19 has been the biggest teacher for all of us, and it has made us learn so many things. So this is again one more thing that it is there, and I'm sure our academic experts will vet each and everything for our children. Children are our priority for everyone. For us, being parents, otherwise also when we are teachers, we are more of mothers to them in the school, also in education. So I am sure each one of us, if we all contribute in this, that we make the children wash their hands. These hand washing stations are there. So that will become, like you said, mask has become a comprehensive measure for all of us. Similarly, washing our hands also becomes the comprehensive measure for all of us. They have to be taught this. It is in their daily routine, like they come and pray to the school. When we make children come and we pray in the school, so I think that is again one thing that we have to teach them. Like you pray every day, you have to wash your hand before each and every time. Yes, absolutely. So this is something that we have to teach them, and I'm sure that we'll all be able to contribute in that. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Just add on here.
And to add on, we had a video which was sent to us. Chinese video, Japanese video, Finland video. We
Yes,
even had a video from Australia. We were connected to teachers in Germany. We were connected to teachers in US, Houston. So they shared so many new things, and they over there the students are coming to universities now. Universities have opened doors for Indian students also. Many of my students have already gone abroad for their further education. So I'll tell you, outside it's all open, but in India we are still limited. So I don't know when this limitation is going to come out, when the politicians are going to get the guts and take the onus and say, yes, you can start. Education is not a part of it, but education is, we are making the future. So I feel that they should start now. Yes, ma'am. Pooja, ma'am, to you.
And I guess there is one more monumental challenge for this. You know, we are all talking about that, yes, they should use sanitizer, they should wear mask. But there is one more very big problem which all of us might be facing. You know, all of us, you might also be facing, and of course, people equally are doing it. You know, there are many of the students who are returning when they're, returning to school from their household. You know, they are hearing a lot of false information about COVID, and then they spread it. So those students, they equally need to be educated on the facts and figures. They equally need to be taught well that how they can, make the difference. And of course, yes, as ma'am has rightly said, that country challenges vary, but there is a menu of options for all the countries. And these all dramatically different experiences, it has a lot many shades of gray in between, we can say. Of course, yes, but we need to consider this not only as one aspect, that taking safety measures is only one thing which we all need to take care. Their psychological impact which is happening, that now this is the time when they are offline, this is the time when we can just decrease it, when we can just decrease their that thought, that yes, just going very closer. Of course, yes, these precautions need to be taken, but they become over conscious sometimes, which make everybody around feel bad. So they're forgetting some of their behavior ethics, which needs to be taught to them again when they are offline. I
Yes,
need to say that.
Ma'am, Shalini
If I
ma'am,
may-
what is your opinion? Shalini ma'am?
So firstly, I apologize because I've joined in late, so I've missed the, the crunch of whatever you might have discussed. I'm looking at it from a very bigger perspective, looking at the large number of schools in India which we have, and my interaction with a lot of Anganwadis, Balwadis, and the government schools which I've had. It's a big challenge. There is only 10% of the schools where we can talk about sanitization, where we can talk about, following the safety protocols. But if you look at a broader perspective, it's going to be very difficult, especially in a country like ours, where teachers are not very highly motivated. And we see, when they attend, and let's say they attend a workshop, and I'm sure you all have experienced, the high of that workshop is followed till 15 days, and then gradually it washes out. It becomes a routine. So we need to really relook. How are we planning to, open the schools? What are the protocols? What are those mandatory things which we will follow? How are the teachers prepared for it? And I think another aspect which which I'm very worried about, although I understand the children want to come back to school, they are missing a lot, but also try and look at it from the teacher's perspective. It's very difficult to teach with a mask on. It's the breath, and how we can teach the small children, okay, you take the breath, gulps, as we are calling it, after every 5 minutes. But then, it is a, sort of a paranoia. that how are we going to manage it? So I think what we need to decide, instead of discussing whether we're going to open schools, not open schools, we need to really rework our strategy on the how are we going to do it? What is happening right now, let me be very honest, because I'm involved with a lot. So teachers are coming to school, they are attending face-to-face classes, they're teaching the kids, and then in the afternoon, they're teaching the other kids online because the school is not ready to invest in the infrastructure where the teaching can be captured from the classroom for the children who are at home. So I think looking at the situation, looking at the uncertainty, we don't know when the COVID will, whether the third wave is coming, not coming, we have no clue, and we have, I think, got used to it as educators. So I think besides looking at the reopening strategy and all the safety protocols, also let's start working towards training our teachers for the blended teaching. How do I decide which children are going to come on which day? What is the criteria? Am I doing a heterogeneous group, or am I calling all children just at random? Because that's very important, how the grouping is done in blended learning. So I think our focus needs to be on that. Instead of we are blaming the government for not opening the schools, they're also paranoid. It's so much of uncertainty. Like in the US, I just read 5 minutes, I was interacting with the US client. They opened a school, and that school, all the children got COVID. They had to shut it down. Now, that is again a very serious situation. If the teachers get it, their families, how many people are going to be affected? So I think we need to be very, very clear. And it is only the rich schools which will be able to do the safety protocols, not a B grade school in a small city. Let me vouch on that, because they do not have that kind of money where they can, call the children, have a sanitizer everywhere, have a guard, have a teacher who's taking care. It's not possible. Washroom protocols, it's just not possible. So when we look at the 10% of your schools, you can do that. Kudos to all of you, that you are thinking about it. But I'm talking not of your schools, but of a large majority of schools. And I'm worried about that, honestly, because children's mental health is getting worse. And we are not rethinking even our online teaching strategies. We are teaching them just like we do in a face-to-face class. Online teaching is absolutely different. So I think we need to rechange ourselves, renew ourselves. And I think we'll be able to handle this, COVID or no COVID, because now it is COVID. We don't know what will come next year, what will come after that.
To make our health priority first. Point number 2 is children are strong. Children have a very robust immune system. Point number 3, vaccination drive is going on. I've seen Anganwadis where the government has provided them with khichdi every morning and food and bread. And I'll tell you, if they are trained properly, see, it's not new. We are into this is the second year, 18, 19 months up, and still we are not equipped. That what does this show? Still we have not trained ourselves, trained our teachers. How many webinars, daily 3 to 4 webinars I'm doing. I'm talking to teachers abroad. I'm talking to so many people. And blended learning, our teachers are doing blended learning, hybrid learning. CBSE has come up with art integration. Beautiful. We are training teachers day and night. So many things are coming up. Yes, it becomes a mass training for all the teachers. We now need to put up our equipment, gear up, and now say that yes, we can do it. We have to instill that faith in all our teachers, instill the faith in parents. We have to orient them. We have to orient our schools, and we have to redefine hybrid learning, blended learning. Everything in our schools is going on. And BMC, I have seen state board school also now following all the mandates. In fact, I feel that if in the second year we speak all this thing, it is not correct. This we are living with it. If it was 6 months, I understand. Yes, we need to prepare this. We need to prepare for that. But now this is second year. Are we going to wait for 4 more years? We have to live with it, and we have to start now. We cancelled examination. We are spoiling, ruining the future of children. Again, CT, we say that CT we are going to take. Again, CT we cancel. So I understand we need to address all this thing. We need to address. It's not that it is easy part. We have to train. We have to first prepare a budget. How did Modi ji start with vaccination? He gave it free. Modi ji has a very good vision. He started with that drive. And similarly, we can start with it by saying that we have to look into, yes, we need to look into. But this is second year. Remember, this is second year. BMC
So what
schools
I
are
have a
giving.
suggestion. Yeah, great what you're talking, Arun Naudya, right? I mean, I didn't get your name, sorry.
I'm Nikita Kothari.
Okay, Nikita, very, very good points you said, and I appreciate your thing. I have another suggestion, if we really want the schools to open, what they started, what they've stated in the NEP also, let every private school adopt a public school, the school nearby, because you may be, BMC is doing a great job. Even I've worked with BMC Anganwadis, they are great. But I'm not just talking about Maharashtra, I'm talking about all the states. There are states where teachers, when the midday meal comes, let's not talk about it because it becomes very dirty, but it's not happening everywhere, right? We cannot generalize. But what we need to do is we need to, like you said, it's a great effort. I think as a private school, if we take up a responsibility, we are really, really worried about the education industry. We are attending, as you said, so many webinars from NEP, like so many webinars for past 1 year. But I can give you in guarantee and in written, Nikita, ask any teacher from a B grade town, what does NEP mean? She doesn't know it still. So what I'm saying is, let's start adopting schools. Let's adopt 2 government schools or 2 nearby schools. And we say, we are going to take the responsibility as educators and train your teachers. What is blended learning? Provide them support. There was a teacher on LinkedIn who's begging, give me laptops. There's a teacher who I met, Nikita, you'll be shocked. She was taking a class for 45 kids through her mobile phone. And she says, I can't do it. So looking at the children's perspective, looking at the education perspective, very well understood. But we also have to look at the mental health of teachers who are going through hell. They are developing ear problems. They are developing laryngitis because, in a virtual class, I can't even dig my nose. I have to be like looking at the camera. So eyes are going for a sixer. So I think what you said is extremely good. But I think a good strategy, if we really want to spread this around, let's adopt. Let's start training teachers. Okay, if you have 2 schools nearby, you say, okay, I'm going to train your teachers on blended learning. I think we can do it as a nation, what you said.
I totally agree here. We should lift each other up. Really, I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
We should lift each other up. We should not behave like crabs and pulling it down. Now is the time to build up the nation. Yeah. Together we can. United we stand. If there is any, I am ready to collaborate and give a helping hand. Sure. Yes,
excellent.
I totally agree.
Actually, I equally agree with Shalini ma'am and Nikita ma'am.
I think, we can as a nation do it.
Yes,
if one of us, we just spread the word, and we need to, I've been looking at people. In fact, I wanted to form a group where we can reach out and tell people, you don't pay anything, we'll just train you. So that we come back, because education is all about trying to make a difference and I feel sad, look at the kids. I'll tell you a very funny incident. I'm sorry, Rahul, but I'll take 2 minutes. So there's a class going on. This is a 2.5-year-old kid. He is being taught about community helpers. So he's taught that when you come to school, who opens the school gate? So the teacher tells him the school guard. The child very innocently says, "Main to madam school hi nahi gaya, mujhe pata hi nahi hai." It doesn't know. He has never seen a school building, a new, a little nursery
child. A nursery kid. Now he's in senior KG. What I have done is in my school, I call the parents for open day. I tell them we will check your books and all. And in a very staggered way. And the parent is so keen to come to school. He brings the child along. And I feel so blessed because they come to my cabin and they say, "Ma'am, please give us stars." It's so nice to see them actually. And lucky me that students are still coming because of compartment examination or boot examination or XYZ. So I am meeting one or two students and parents daily. I kept my policy as open door policy, and if you want anything, I'm working 24/7. See, now again after coming, because I had to prepare school for NEET examination, I came at 6 o'clock. I'm here at 6:30 and 7:30 again, another thing. So
Sorry.
but it was very nice to meet you all the educators. Rahul,
Thank you, everybody.
I'm so proud of you, Rahul. I see you and I'm very proud the way you are working. I'm there. And if you need any help, please do let me know. Okay, I'm just one call away, Niharika. Wonderful.
Yeah,
God bless
yeah.
you.
As we proceeded towards the end of the meeting, I would like to thank each one of you from core of my heart. Thank you so much being a part of our session. Thank you from Rahul's side. Thank you from the part of webinar from RBC. I would from each member from our team members, everyone will thank you. And we have learned a lot from your suggestions. I enjoyed thoroughly this meeting and very much, and looking forward many more. Thank you so much, ma'am. There is one small request from Rahul's side. May I share it with you all if you permit me?
Sure.
Yeah, surely, ma'am, surely.
Ma'am, Rahul wanted one appraisal letter from each one of you, so that he can get motivated, or the club members can get motivated, so that we can work more ahead.
Definitely,
Sure.
ma'am. Definitely.
Sure.
We'll do the needful.
Definitely, ma'am, we'll do that.
Thank you so
Welcome.
much, ma'am.
There is one benefit.
Thank
It was a
you.
pleasure.
There is one benefit also of COVID, and that benefit is it has become so easy for us to connect with each other sitting afar. See, I was never knowing Shalini ma'am, I was not knowing Nikita ma'am, Shivangi ma'am, but this is the platform, which has given this opportunity that we could connect so easily. So this is the brighter side of COVID, which we can surely see.
I completely agree, ma'am. It
Positive
was
side
such
of
an
COVID, ma'am,
enlightening
we'll see that.
session. Need to learn a lot from you all seniors, ma'am. I think we are just not
True,
even
I agree
5%.
with you,
Need to
Shivani
learn a
ma'am.
lot.
Yes.
A lovely and invigorating session. Lots to learn from you, ma'am, Nikita ma'am, Shalini ma'am, and everyone. Thank you
Pooja,
for the
ma'am. Actually,
opportunity,
they're quite good
Niharika.
speakers.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Pleasure is
Bye.
mine.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. God bless.
Thank you, ma'am.
God bless
Thank
all.
you so
And
much,
Rahul,
Nikita.
you're doing a
Thank
wonderful
you.
job. May God bless you with many success and happiness in life.
Take care,
Each one of
Rahul.
us, Rahul, you need to remember this, that each one of us, we are here for you, especially for you.
Yes.
I guess everybody is
Thank you so
agreeing.
much, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
totally agree,
Thank
Rahul.
you.
Take care.
Actually, we
Bye.
should be thankful to Rahul only because he's the one who has got connected all of us together at one platform.
Maybe the meet.
Very true, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.